Good morning. This is Coach Rowe here at Mansdale Upper Elementary, and we're having another our special guest, and we have our session we called a day at the Mansdale Upper Elementary Garden. And here's our guest.
Well, Coach, hi. Again, my name is John Malanchak, and if you zoom over there, you can see how you spell it, my email address, and if you're a Hollywood agent, there's my phone number. But we're here at the gardens again today, and Coach, it might be, what, 10 o'clock, 10:10? It's hot.
It is 10 o'clock on the dot.
It's getting hot out here.
It's getting warm.
And this is what I keep in my truck is a gardener. You think I'm a rolling nursery. But I wanted to talk about just, fertilization. I want to talk about using chemicals to apply as a fungicide or an insecticide, some organic options we have versus the synthetic or chemicals, and things that you can do with your children, making our own ant killer using borax and sugar. So
fantastic.
Let's get started. I guess one of the most important things, Coach, when you're using anything, and again, I represent indirectly Mississippi State Extension Service, and I owe my passion for gardening to Mississippi State Extension Service. I'm also a master gardener. I'm also a master naturalist. I'm the president of the Mississippi Master Gardener Association, and locally I'm a member of the Madison County Master Gardeners. And again, on behalf of all the gardeners in the state, I just want to thank you for allowing me to come out here and speak to your kids, their parents, their grandparents, their aunts and uncles. Hope everybody watching it. And again, if there's a Hollywood agent, there's my phone number. One of the most important things is when you buy something to store, know what you're buying. If you're trying to kill an insect, know what kind of insect it is, or at least take a picture if you can, or at least take a picture of the damage done to the leaves or the fruit of the plant, let's say squash. Read the label. Every one of these things I'm going to talk about, there is a label on it, and that label is somewhat almost of a contract between you and the company who manufactured this. So, and it's on there to protect you as a consumer. And I know it's just so hard sometimes for the dads to get out there, or even some of the moms, grandpas, said, we don't need to read no stinking label. But again, this is to protect you and how to use it. What type of protective gear? Do I need gloves? Do I need a mask? Things of that nature. And again, I want to show you a lot of chemicals here, but they're only dangerous to you as a human or the environment if you misuse them. And you can tell just by looking at this face, Hollywood face, and all this hair. I didn't read the label, apparently, somewhere down the road. Again, while we're talking about the sun, you'll generally see me walking around Jackson or around Mississippi Gardens with my hat that I got down there in Crystal Springs Extension Service down there, Dr. Rick Snyder. This hat cost me $200, but that was the cost of the course. But you think I'm okay, right, Coach? The sun's not in my eyes, my head's protected.
I would suggest some sunblock.
What about my ears?
Oh yes.
They're not protected at all. So this is my gardening hat that I use. Now look, kids, it's protecting my ears from that sun.
We can see the coverage from the shade, yes.
Exactly. And this is a hat that you can buy at a local store, not anything in particular. I'm not recommending Lowe's over Garden Depot or Walmart, but you can go there and get a hat like this. And what I was going to say before is I'm not recommending any one product. These are the products that I picked. There are other producers of the same chemical. So again, as an extension service agent, person who went through the programs, we're not here to make money. We're not here to promote anybody in general. But okay, I'm gonna keep this hat on if you don't mind, Coach, because
looks good.
This is brutal. And again, this is another hat that's very light. So we talked about sunscreen. I think you mentioned it. I keep sunscreen. Put it on my face, my nose, my cheeks, my ears, my neck, my arms if it's a short sleeve shirt. We're going to get into that, wearing a long sleeve shirt if you can. Coach, I'm going to do something I haven't done before in my life. Zoom in right there. I know I'm ugly, but I was diagnosed several years ago with what they call squamous cell carcinoma. Now the word squamous doesn't scare you. The word cell doesn't scare you. But the word carcinoma, Coach, it's cancer. And it didn't come from last year. It's probably when I was your age, a lot younger, 20 years old. I didn't need sunscreen. Sunscreen's for little sissies. I'm a big guy. I want to impress the girls. I'm not putting any of that on. And I'm paying for it today. Every 6 months to 8 months, I go back to a dermatologist and he checks it. It's the first thing he looks for. And every couple years, they come up. I have to have them cut out surgically. If you let them go too much, it becomes melanoma. And you don't want that, folks. So put the sunscreen on. Another thing, you're gonna get bit. You're gonna get bit in the garden. Anti-itch cream. Okay? Get some Benadryl if you can, a cream style Benadryl. I'll keep this little one in my, this is a little sunscreen also. Just a little bit more powerful than this one here. Lip balm. I'm not doing the girly thing. Oh, geez, here. Look
That's
at that,
a
Coach.
big chunk.
Don't eat it. But get that on your lips, because I don't know if you ever had sunburned lips. Folks, it's miserable. So, lip balm. We talked about the hat. Talked about sunglasses. Hollywood. Look at this, man. I look like Tom Cruise, except he has hair and he's a lot better looking. This, you think I'd wear this in the garden? Well, Coach, I want something like this with a protective shield on the side. These are safety glasses. This is to pick up girls with, Hollywood style. So I don't want to use these. I want to use the safety glasses with side shields. I'm protected. Not as much as I would be. If you're out using chemicals in a spray, you want to use, just go get the goggles where you have full coverage. And there's like a little rubber ring that keeps that vapor from getting into your eyes and stuff like that. So, Coach, I want to talk about just briefly 4 different ways these chemicals can get into my body. This solid fertilizer, how can that get in my body? Can I breathe it? Not necessarily. The first route of getting that into my body is ingestion. Okay? If I don't wash my hands after I do all this stuff, I can be eating a sandwich and it's taking in, I'm swallowing that chemical on that sandwich. I don't want to do that. So wash your hands. Watch what you're doing. The second way is inhalation through my nose. If I'm spraying, you know, with a sprayer like that, I want to protect my nose. So I'll use a mask, a good mask. And these are personal ones. I hate to say it. My wife Betty made me several of these. These are what I use to go to the grocery store with. A mask like this will help a little bit, but a good mask you can buy again at these larger stores will protect you to some degree of getting that chemical in through your nose. The other way, we talked about nose, mouth, is what they call dermal. If I'm out there spraying, that's called dermal. This is nothing but water, kids. Don't pour chemicals on your skin, because bad things are going to happen to you. So dermal protection. And again, you want to wear gloves. If I'm using a liquid, I want to use a glove, not a cloth glove, a cotton glove. I want to use something like this, specially made for chemicals, most chemicals, and this will protect my hand. And if I'm wearing a long sleeve shirt, you can buy a long sleeve shirt for the summer that's very light, and that's going to be your first defense also from getting it on your arms. And again, the mask you want for the nose. There's a fourth way. Chemicals can enter my body through my eyes, that mucus in there. the spray could hit my eyes. That's why you need to wear goggles or sunglasses like this with protective shields. Another one is puncture. Now,
A cut.
you know, there's an animal that could be sometimes walking through your yard, you step on it, it could puncture you. Snakes, bites, insects that punctured my skin. That skin is very protective. It likes to protect me. But if it's punctured, bacteria can get in, toxic liquids from, say, a venomous snake of some sort like that. So, let's get on with